then step right up and prepare to be shocked and amazed as Barnabas the Bizarre and the Outbreak let you know that you're watching Papa Dick.
This is Hollywood Haley J, the Bushadowist baddie, taking over Papa Dank's whole little thing.
And your favorite princess, the cotton candy princess, Tiffany Avatar.
And... Right. That's Paige. She got the fattest of the asses of them all, honey. It's okay. We're here. We're taking over. We're at WrestleCon. If you haven't already, come see A, B, and C, baby.
Yes, we are your favorites, and we are waiting for you.
Okay, now I have a question. Since I have a microphone, I'm just gonna do a random one. All right, we're ready?
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
When are you gonna take a power slap from Hollywood Haley J?
Right now.
Oh shit, she's crazy. I lied. I'm not about it. I lied. Take the mic.
I think my ass. Wait, come back. I was so serious.
I got it. She's ready. She's ready.
I think my ass.
Today on Papa Dank Vlogs, it is the center of attention, Brittany Brooks, with Papa Dank himself. How are you feeling?
Wait, are you taking over like Hollywood Haley J did?
No, because I'm better than Hollywood Haley J. Anyway, next
Oh. Tomorrow, you're at Pro Wrestling Junkies.
question. Fight me, Hollywood. Next question. Tomorrow I'm at Pro Wrestling Junkie, yes.
Who you wrestling?
I am wrestling Billy Starks, the indie darling, and the PWJ Women's Champion, Emily J. And after tomorrow night, Emily J is no longer going to be champion, and Billy Starks is no longer going to be the indie darling because it's all going to be about me, Brittany Brooks. Next question.
All right. Monday, you have a big match.
I do.
Want to talk about it?
Oh, of course I do, because I am challenging and winning and becoming the newest WWE ID prospect when I win the WWE ID Women's Championship Monday night, Cranston, Rhode Island. Center of attention, it's Brittany, bitch.
Yo, they call me Dank, the lyrical titan. Stepping in the ring, spitting fire, igniting. From the square circle to the booth, I'm dominant. Unbreakable spirit, call me the king, I'm prominent. Beyond the barricade, the podcast bumping. Real talk, no gimmicks, ain't no time for slumping. Grinding day and night, always something to prove. Elevating the game, that's the Dank move. Mic check 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining. Resolute, run deep, and still the fight. Never back down, always standing upright. In the ring or on the track, same intensity. Delivering knockout blows, lyrically. 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I have a very special guest. Not only is he one of the voices of JCW, he's also the voice of Rising Stars Women's Wrestling. Let's bring out the one, the only, Mark Roberts joining me tonight. What's up,
How
Mark?
are you?
Doing great, bud. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm just here in sub-zero temperatures and snow on the ground. So
Same, buddy.
things are
Same.
great.
Now I see you got something. You see my background. Look at your background. What do you got in your background?
Mhm. There's some stuff back there. There's a Bruno Sammartino LJN, a Bobby Heenan LJN,
Wow.
a giant cup with the cast of a Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling drawn on it. Books, tons and tons of books about wrestling history and the circus. You know, the usual.
That's awesome. All right. Now, are you a big wrestling historian? Like, do you know a lot of good facts?
I haven't done enough of or really any of my own research to warrant the title historian. But yes, I do consume a lot of it. There's actually a really great podcast from a guy named Carl Stern called 1,000 Hours, which is all about like basically wrestling prehistory. It tries to stay before Gotch and like before 1900. Where did any of this come from? What is pro wrestling and why? Sort of stuff. It's great.
Awesome. All right, let's go over some upcoming events you got going on. Talk about what's going on at Supreme Productions.
So that is a week from tonight. event is IWR in Monroe, Michigan. We just had our 6-year anniversary at our last show, which was huge. I mean, we had it's in a much bigger building and it was completely packed. There were probably 1,300 people there. We're coming off of that. Gail Kim in the house. If you saw, you remember when the internet blew up for like a day and a half about how Saraya used her WWE music, and so she's Paige again, and this obviously means that she's going to be in the Rumble and all that stuff. I have no idea if any of that's true. That was this show. That was Rhino's 6th anniversary show. I was standing in the ring with Paige when she was there, so that was awesome. Now we've got Gail Kim. Awesome. Tommy couldn't make it last time because of the weather. Couldn't fly out of New York, so we've got to make good on him. Jason Hotch, Rhino, and Madman Fulton are all regulars there. And that's about an hour south of Detroit. It's between Detroit and Toledo, Ohio, and it will be live on Triller TV. I'll be on the call with CK3, Conrad Kennedy III.
Awesome, man. That looks like a good event coming up, man.
Yeah, they're always stacked.
Awesome. All right. And then, of course, we got JCW Lunacy. Tell us what's going on here.
We are coming back to the homeland here in Michigan. We've got Saginaw on Friday the 20th. And I've never been on a JCW show in Saginaw. So it's our first time there in the Lunacy era. And then the following night, we are back at Harpo's in Detroit. So a weekend of JCW action that is all within easy driving distance if you're in this territory here in Southeast Michigan, Northwest Ohio.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. And where can we catch JCW?
Well, JCW is on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on YouTube. So...
So we're missing it now.
If anyone's watching this live, it's probably in the little bar on the corner saying, hey, you probably want to watch this too. But the archives are all there. It's always available to you. It premieres each Thursday at 7. This is episode 68 of Lunacy. So it has been going for well over a year now. And we are at this point, we are, I think... 12, 13 weeks into the Vince Russo era at this point. So,
wow. I want to talk about that in a moment, but let everybody know what your role is at JCW.
So at JCW, when we are on the road as of late, I've been doing ring announcing. Before that, I spent a year in commentary. I actually did ring announcing the first time I ever came on. That was how I got my start at JCW. We've just had the man who was known as the ringmaster, who had been in that role since the beginning of Lunacy, has had some issues traveling as of late. He does the Michigan shows, or at least does the Detroit shows. And then I've been doing ring announcing otherwise. But I'm more than happy to fill in any speaking role, as long as, Mickey Knuckles' backside isn't being thrown at my face or I'm not being thrown through a door. I can handle it.
All right. How's it been like working with the Insane Clown Posse?
I mean, it's great in that Violent J is so very kind, and he is just so creative and such a force. I mean, the character that you see on a wrestling show is just how Violent J wakes up in the morning, and he can just spit it all out so quickly. Also, then I literally work for clowns who are putting together a pro wrestling show. So it's chaos, but it's fun.
It's chaos, but it's fun. 100%. 100%. Now, your thoughts on Vince Russo joining JCW? That made huge news.
Yeah. Vince Russo, when I first met him in Colorado a few months back, not the Colorado we just did, but the one that was... October, maybe. My first take was he is very tall. You just don't expect it. If you Google Vince Russo, it says he's 6'2", which you would assume is a wrestling height. Okay, he's 5'10", No,
Right.
I'm looking up at Vince Russo. It had to help him with the other Vince in the 90s. I'm sure that he was
Nice.
listened to more thanks to his height and his glorious mane of hair that is now silver.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, the guy is a legend. He created a lot of great memories for all of us, and now he's bringing his style to JCW.
yeah, he's been professional and kind to work with. I think we're getting a lot of the greatest hits, but
Awesome.
you know, that's
Gotcha.
that works too, right? That's why bands from 25 to 50 years ago travel around and play the greatest hits as well. So
Right.
that's that's, that's what we're doing.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about a couple of friends of mine at JCW. The Outbreak. Hello. How awesome are they?
I mean, those guys are so committed and just so over. You know, I don't want to fall into the trap of believing that social media is real life.
Right.
But man, all I see on social media is people loving the Outbreak. I see it mentioned more than any other JCW act. It seems like
Right.
this is really what resonates with people. I think that they've really grown in being able to put together a decent wrestling match
Yeah.
while still maintaining the whole vibe. I mean,
Right.
that's impressive to be able
Yeah.
to move like a zombie and not have it kill every opponent that you're ever in the ring with. You know, they don't have it hasn't harmed anyone else that they are undead or whatever it is.
Right. No, I got to see them wrestle in person right here in New York not too
Yeah.
long ago, and I was like, man, they're like tearing it up here. The crowd is into it,
Yeah.
and man, right after for the meet and greet, like their line was like crazy long. So I
You
mean,
just
whatever
don't
they're
it's
doing,
just
they're
not something you
connecting.
see every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really making that connection with the crowd, and as everybody knows, that connection is what drives the company really. The wrestlers connect with the audience, they want to come back and they want more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And they've clearly got an investment from people and they're clearly investing a lot in it themselves. I mean, the
Yeah,
the get up, the chest falling apart every night, all
right,
the makeup is crazy. So good on
right,
them, and Barnabas as well. I mean, Barnabas is very much in a role of a sort of Paul Ellering in that
right.
he makes sure that these guys are where they need to be on time and is their dad on the road and he's
Yeah,
clearly got
that
a big
is
hand in making all of it work.
that he is definitely the mouthpiece of the Outbreak, man. And just getting able to spend time with those guys, man, is just so amazing and so talented, and I'm so happy for them for all the success they've been reaping lately. So that's good stuff. All right, we got a comment here from the owner of Rising Stars Women's Wrestling. Hi, Mark. Appreciate all your work at Rising Stars Women's Wrestling. Also love the Outbreak JCW. Let's talk about Rising Stars. How did that come about where you became the commentator for Rising Stars?
I
And I'm
think
going
it
to
was
pull up the
just
next
talking
event
on
real quick.
Facebook. What's that?
There you go.
Ah, there
Next
you
event,
go.
March 7th. Mercedes Rules, Indy Hartwell making her debut with us. Going
That's a
up against
name.
going up against Abaddon with Mercedes Martinez as a special guest referee.
Wow, that's 3 names.
That's
Good
three.
stuff.
That's not including Lady Frost, Tasha Steeles, Izzy Moreno, and the Rising Star roster, man. So
Yeah, the
tell me,
roster's really
yeah,
impressive.
go ahead. What were your thoughts when you first saw the initial roster? Because you were part of the premiere episode.
Yeah, I mean, I just hit David up on Facebook and was just talking about it all with him, and it's awesome. I love women's wrestling. When I first moved to the Midwest, one of my first thoughts was, "Wow, now I'm in a reasonable distance of going to the Berwyn Eagles Club and seeing Shimmer." Like, and I
Right,
did. I was there watching Shimmer for the last few years until it went out, and there's definitely a gap to fill. On the indies without that and
right,
obviously he's in a great location where there's local talent available, cheap flights in. So I hope that it really just takes off and is around for a long time to come, because he's doing really cool stuff. And my goal is just to make it out there and be able to, call a show in person, see it all
Right.
close up. I've got a baby niece in New York, so I'm trying to get out there as often as possible.
I think it's in the cards for sure, man. Now, for the first episode of Rising Stars, who
Hmm.
for you was the outbreak of the new girls that you haven't seen? That you're
Oh
just like,
gosh,
man,
I gotta go
this
back. Let's
person,
pull up the card here.
yeah, this person are like, wow, they got something. You know what I'm saying? Because you could tell when someone's got that charisma.
Yes, and you mentioned Izzy. I'll say for first off that Izzy is incredible.
Izzy,
She's
let me
just
bring up the current poster.
she's just so great.
Izzy's awesome.
I interviewed her in Vegas last year, when it must have been Mania.
Mhm.
I was there at a women's show, and I interviewed her, and that was awesome. So okay, the first show was the July show, right?
Yes,
Okay. So yeah, well, familiar with Aaliyah James. Aaliyah James is also great. Amity
that she
LaVey,
is.
there's somebody who that's probably the answer there. Amity LaVey is someone who I was not very familiar with, but also this is just about pushing to get her in the outbreak. Is that where you're leading me? That's what you want. Amity.
That's not what I was pushing, but it was something I was thinking.
I've I've had there have been a few pitches for women in the outbreak. Someone who would love to see in Rising Stars, Noelle the Marionette from OVW. She also has a there's Amity.
There's Amity. Who
Yeah.
will be on next at 8 o'clock? Just so you know.
Well, that's awesome. Good for her. But yeah, the second Rising Stars had I no wait, that is
Yeah,
not what happened. Didn't we have
the second episode.
yeah, it says Serena Deeb and Janai Kai. That match was awesome.
Oh my god! Oh, that was a pay-per-view match right there in Long Island, New York, man.
Yeah.
Undeniable.
They are so
Awesome.
good. I love Serena Deeb.
Yeah, she's really really awesome, man. And then of course that main event with Abaddon and Amity in a casket match. Oh my god.
Just beat the hell out of each other.
Oh, they did. I don't think Amity's been the same since.
Well, I guess we'll get to hear.
We'll get to hear it a little bit later when I talk to my best friend Amity LaVey coming
Wow.
up at
The
8
company
o'clock.
you keep. Amazing.
I know I'm a little scared of her, Mark, because sometimes she yells in my ear.
No, I understand. I also work with women I'm scared of. So
Oh, David's throwing Abaddon's name in the list in the list for the outbreak.
yes.
Another, it will work.
Yeah, we just more creepy young wrestlers who we
Well,
can throw into the mix.
I'm sure there's a lot more out there that would fit into the mix as well. All right, let's talk about coming up. We got Mania coming up in Vegas, and of course that brings about a whole bunch of shows, and of course WrestleCon. What are your thoughts about Vegas this year? Are you going to be there?
I am going to be in Vegas, but I love Vegas, and I go to try to make whatever the big convention is each year. And so I will definitely be there. We've got a JCW show branded Stranglemania. I don't know exactly what that means for me, as the initial Stranglemania shows were, had commentary that is not really what JCW does these days. But
Uh-huh.
I probably end up being the ring announcer anyhow. But yeah, Stranglemania should be awesome. And
Awesome.
there are other promoters I've worked with in the past in Vegas or for Mania Week that I would love to again. But I will definitely be there and be around. If you're running a show, just DM me. We can work something out.
And I hope you'll stop by our tables over there at WrestleCon, as I will be hanging out with David of DNS Wrestling Collectibles with
Awesome.
guests to be announced.
Very good.
Good stuff, man. So tell me, what was your favorite match to call at JCW so far?
Well, when we had the 2-day war with GCW at the Gathering, the climax of the whole thing was just incredible, and it wasn't even the match as much as it was the end of the match and everything after the main event. Shaggy returning, Vampiro coming down out of nowhere, and it was just what a spectacle overall. If you haven't watched the end of the 2-day war, you should go check it out on Triller TV. It might even be up on YouTube now, but it's definitely on Triller. So that was all big,
Right.
big stuff. I was also there, of course, earlier that same month at the collective at SummerSlam in Jersey, where we ended the show with setting a guy on fire. So that was also a thing that happened.
Awesome.
The clips that went around of that happening, that's me saying, he's on fire. He's still on fire. The ring is on fire. And then we just kind of stopped talking while we put out the fire.
Smart move, Mark. Smart move. Herb Simmons, how are you, sir?
Simmons.
Owner of SICW Wrestling, coming up FanFest 4 in May. Get your tickets, SICW.org. 100%. All right, Jonathan, what you got for me? Love my old VHS JCW tapes with Ice Cold Fago.
Whoop,
Awesome.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Now, I'm excited for Mania Vegas weekend because I plan on attending the JCW show.
Good.
I'm excited because it'll be my first time being at a JCW event because, you know, they haven't been out here to New York so far. But hopefully one day we'll get you guys out here in New York.
We have come within striking distance a couple of times because I've gone to visit my niece after, but it was not the city. It was like last year for Juggalo Weekend, we were in Worcester, and then we had in May, we had a tour that ended in Liverpool, and I just took a bus from Syracuse into the city. So, but no, we have not hit anything that's even like tri-state area, aside from the SummerSlam show that happened, the collective show SummerSlam weekend. That was the only time we've come close.
Right. Now, besides the Outbreak, who do you see as out next ones to break out at JCW?
It absolutely should be Big Al.
Big Al?
I mean, and I feel totally comfortable saying that in this environment, since this is such a women's wrestling heavy program. But Big Al is just, so she's very young and already a vet because she started wrestling when she was like 14. And so she's been wrestling for like 9 years and just has so much presence. Like there are so often with JCW, you know, and this is true of every wrestling show, but with JCW, you are guaranteed to be performing in front of a significant part of the audience who has never seen live pro wrestling before, maybe has never even watched pro wrestling before. Those crowds immediately react to Big Al's entrance. Like she's cool. She looks like such a badass. I'm scared of her. And then like she can deliver in the ring. The promos have only gotten better and better. Like Big Al absolutely is someone who I would be a safe bet to be on TV very soon.
What's this going on? Big news coming up about Al. I wonder what David's got cooking over there. What has David got cooking over there?
I think David just sits watching wrestling like this.
I just, you know what? I can see him doing that too. 100%. All right. I want to get your advice to anyone who wants to try to get into JCW. What should they be doing?
Oh, gosh. I was hoping you would say wrestling more broadly. JCW, I mean, there is a desire for larger than life characters and characters that are, maybe as much the stuff of a midnight movie as it would be traditional pro wrestling. So you want to get noticed for something like that, or you want to just be out there making the rounds and network with people. It's not an easy thing. We've got a very, very full roster, and stretching that time of the show each week to
Yeah.
an hour and a half. So last week was almost an hour and 50 minutes.
Right.
And there's only so much that you can fit
You
within
can
that
do.
time. So it's
Yeah.
definitely competitive, and I have people hitting me up all the time. I think
I'm sure.
the best thing is to just focus on who you want to be in pro wrestling and doing the things that you're good at, and being ready should an opportunity arise. And for more broadly, people just wanting to start in pro wrestling, that is exactly how you what you do. You just start. Like,
Okay.
don't wait to be ready or know anything. Just go this weekend and start folding chairs at an indie show.
Right. That's great advice, and everybody should take it. Now, I want to get, since we're going to go into broader wrestling terms, the best heel work you've seen in the independent scene,
Oh
and then
gosh.
we'll do the best babyface you've seen.
Best heel work. It's so hard to be a good heel.
It really
Um,
is.
like,
That's why I need to know who you think is
yeah,
killing it right now in the indie market.
it's crazy because the opposite used to be true, and it's still true that it's hard to be like a good unironic babyface. But
Right.
to actually come out and be a heel and not be like a winking cool heel that people want to laugh with, but that people actually boo. I mean, in my personal experience, uh, I've never seen anyone uh, wink and actually like Johnny Bravo from TNA. People just hate him.
Okay.
It really requires just being absolutely committed to doing the thing. In JCW, we do have like Caleb Conley never gets cheers. People hate Caleb.
Right.
Colby Carino was really great at it. But yeah, it's hard because indie wrestlers need to get booked and need to sell merch, and everybody wants to be Stone Cold. So
All right. What about best babyface?
best baby face. Let's
That the
see.
crowd really loves. And it can't
Yeah,
be Izzy because the crowd really loves Izzy.
that's true. They do love Izzy, but you need
They
someone
do love Izzy.
like a young Ricky Morton, I guess, because the crowd still loves Ricky Morton. I've gone
Yeah.
on tour with Ricky Morton. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but who else is a really great baby face? I guess the crowd goes crazy for the Nick Gage entrance. Does he count as a baby face?
Yeah, I guess you can count him as as an extreme babyface.
It is extreme. Here, I got to show. I'm wearing my DOA Pro Wrestling T-shirt. Shout out to the PNW.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. What is your favorite hobby?
Oh gosh. Well,
You can see mine. So I want to know yours.
you collect all those things, eh? I'm gonna zoom
I
in.
do.
Wow.
I got a
I've
lot of
never.
stuff. That's tiny bit of what I own.
That's crazy. Um, I
It is. It is more.
used to be really into journalism and political news and following
Okay.
electoral politics like it's wrestling. That is not as much fun as it used to be. Kind of pulling back, but I definitely still have an interest there. As I mentioned before, I love the circus and the history of live entertainment and
Okay.
as they used to call it, public amusements, things of that nature. It dovetails
Gotcha.
very nicely, and there's a lot you can learn about pro wrestling by learning about carnivals and fairs and the circus.
All right. Awesome. Favorite meal on the go when you're on the road with JCW? What's your favorite place to go
Gosh.
to eat?
Oh, it's rough out there, man. I'm just eating at gas stations. I did discover
Stations.
I went to a seminar down at Mega in Ohio because they
Hmm.
had Bob Evans and Kevin Kelly in. Shout out to Uncle Bob.
Okay.
And the guy who I rode with, we stopped at a Sheets for the first time, and Sheets is incredible. Have you ever been to a Sheets?
No, I haven't.
All
But
of
I
this
need to
just
go to.
comes from being on the road with wrestling. Sheets it's like a convenience store, but then it also has like a fast food counter in it.
Okay.
And then
Kind of like a
also,
Wawa.
I guess it is. I'm not
Okay.
sure if I've been to Wawa yet with JCW. I don't know them in the right part of the country for that. Maybe once. But
Okay.
the past few tours, I've gone to Bucky's. So now I know about Bucky's, and that's also incredible.
Awesome. I need to go to Bucky's. Maybe there's something like that in Vegas. I don't know.
I
What's in
don't know.
Vegas? What do you recommend in Vegas?
What do I recommend in Vegas? I mean, I would recommend if time allows when you are going between two locations, don't
Right.
get into a car. It's so stupid to be stuck in a car on the strip when like there's those double-decker buses that ride up the whole strip and there's a monorail, and really you're just going to Vegas is a walking city. You're going to walk miles and miles the way you would if you were in New York City. So
Okay.
forget about the lift. If time allows, ride the double decker bus, ride the monorail, walk around and see the women with the big feathers on, the showgirls posing for photos in the
Right.
street. Like, you will see crazy stuff walking up and down the strip. There are people walking past you who clearly are multimillionaires, and right next to them are people who live on the strip, like just right there underneath the staircase. And wild place.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to go to Vegas. I can't wait to meet up with you and say hello and all that good stuff, man. Appreciate.
Absolutely. I'll definitely come to the table.
Yeah, definitely stop by. We're gonna have some great guests. In closing, I want you to give your best pitch for why everybody should be watching JCW.
Well, JCW is a place that a lot of people are talking about these days. Not afraid to make some headlines. You're going to see some of the best talent that is coming up in pro wrestling, and along with it, you're going to see some wild, fast-paced storytelling and cameos from, it could be virtually anyone at this point. The episode that is premiering tonight has a segment, and the debut of a segment called Coach's Corner with Jonathan Coachman. So
Ooh,
there's
good stuff happening there,
there's a lot of stuff like that happening.
man. Mark, I appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can find me on mostly it's Facebook and Instagram. Mark Roberts here. Just look for the guy in the shiny jacket.
Awesome. And of course, you can catch Mark at IWR Armageddon coming up. Get your tickets. It'll also be on Thriller TV. And of course, you catch JCW Lunacy Thursdays at 7 o'clock right now, which we should have maybe scheduled a different time, but it's okay. You can still watch JCW Lunacy right after this. All right. As for me, of course, we got Rising Stars Women's Wrestling coming up on March 7th. So if you want to sponsor any of the great talent here, hit up Rising Stars and see who is still available to sponsor. We got a whole slew of talent coming in,
That's
including of course
awesome.
our GM Mercedes Martinez, Indy Hartwell, Lady Frost, of course Abaddon, Cosmic, my good best friend Amity LeVay, Lulu Lorena, the Mexican Barbie herself, Cora
Yeah, I know
Lime.
Lulu used to
Woo.
work IWR shows.
Yeah, Lulu's awesome. She's been in a lot of my vlogs as well. Check them all out. Rising Stars Women's Wrestling, of course, that big main event. Indy Hartwell takes on Abaddon, first time matchup, and of course, Mercedes Martinez will be our special guest referee. Get your tickets for that. Also coming up from me, I'll be at SWA's Hard to the Core, featuring TNA's Bear Bronson joining us on Friday, March 13th. You don't want to miss that
Just
as
announced his
well.
signing. He
Yeah,
signed with TNA.
yeah, just announced today.
Yeah, maybe that means we get Gabby Forza in TNA. That'd be awesome.
Maybe she's the homie, the know me, right
She
there.
is. Talk about
Ta-
somebody who could kick both of us at the same time.
I know, for sure. TCW presents The Devout coming up on Saturday, February 21st. You definitely don't want to miss that. Go to Titan Championship Wrestling to get your tickets. And of course, talk about Herb Simmons, SICW. We got FanFest 4 coming up May 8th and 9th. Mick Foley will have his show on May 8th, that Friday. You don't want to miss that. Get your tickets, SICW.org. And I am the official host of Toy Shop NYC. Emily J will be in the house from Pro Wrestling Junkies. Don't want to miss that. That's going to be a great, great time. Mickey James will be there as well.
Nice. Mickey's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart. Who else? What else I got going on?
A lot, apparently.
Don't want to miss this. Mercedes Martinez. She's holding a seminar at the Remarkable Wrestling School the night before Rising Stars from 6 to 9. Contact Rising Stars Women's Wrestling if you want interested in signing up. And my good pal J-Rod will be at ACW Aftershock on March 14th. Check out J-Rod. She's going to be here in New York.
J-Rod's awesome. J-Rod also coming into JCW.
J-Rod is awesome. I'll tell you about J-Rod after. All right, everybody. Coming up next for me at 8 o'clock, my best friend in the whole wide world, Amanda May, joins us. I'm sure she'll be very happy to talk to me. Everybody have a good night. Make sure you follow Mark.